Hey everybody, greetings. How are you doing? It is the 5th of November. One thing about today is I've got one brother, just one. There's two of us kids, and today's his birthday. Hi Keith, happy birthday. I'll call you in a while. So, anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about my gratitude for why well, let me back up, start over. I would like to talk about why I'm grateful for having a job that's basically recession and politics proof. People are always going to need an accountant to navigate these murky waters. I basically got myself the enrolled agent designation about a year after the Tax Cut and Jobs Act got written into law. TCJA we call it, and there's a lot of strangeness in that. I remember 2018 they kind of shoved this postcard return down our throats, and it's weird. And we still have multiple schedules. It used to just have 2 pages, and like all this stuff on the schedules was like right there on the 2 pages. I mean, the self-employment tax was on the 1040. You didn't have to go to schedule 3 or 4 or whatever. See, I can't even remember because I don't have to. But the thing of it is this: no matter what, the country's going to survive. America is a great nation. Doesn't matter who's running it. Yes, now there are some things that are different depending on who's in power, but the thing is, you don't have any business getting upset about it or being sad about it or jumping on this wonderful platform, Facebook Live, and talking about how terrible life is. Man, I would never do that. I challenge you to go back on my timeline. You would have to go back a number of years actually to find anything even remotely political. I think I went back and cleaned up everything beyond 2016 at one point because I just realized that I didn't want to put that negativity out in the world. Now, despite the fact that I didn't think it was negative at the time, nevertheless, here's the thing. If you talk about something that is potentially polarizing, people either strongly agree or strongly disagree. You have somewhere in the neighborhood of a 50% probability of pissing somebody off. So the thing is, I like to basically promote a general feeling of spiritual well-being and financial well-being. That's really what I'm all about. Is I reach out especially to, I've got a lot of not only sympathy, empathy, but real world experience being a W 2 wage earner. I did it my whole life. In fact, yeah, I see a fellow musician on here, in fact, so I'll tell you a little story. And it starts back in the 70s. So Eric learns how to play guitar. So Eric is a bad boy. I basically got thrown out of public high school and ended up finishing high school at a private school for a couple of years. And then I got in a band. And after about a year or so, I realized that I really liked eating food. So I got a day job. And I did that for about a year. And then I got really sick of not being in a band. So I went back and I did that. It seemed like it was one thing or another because I was really not quite a good enough musician back in those days to really grab the brass ring and make the real money. And a lot of it was, you know, maybe a combination of not having an instinctive, natural, beautiful talent. Just basically, I'm kind of working man's musician. I get out there and jump around on stage and make a show, and I know my fundamentals and everything. But the thing of it was, I basically worked in bands where it was back in the day where a four-piece group got $300, and I ate on that for a week. It gives rise to the old joke: what do you call a musician without a girlfriend? Homeless. So. So I did that for a number of years. I worked, and then I played in bands. I worked, I played in bands. I worked, played in bands. And the W-2 wage earner is basically, you guys are the backbone of America, and you've been going through hell this year, for sure. And it kind of diverged off on a little story there when I really was making a point that I'd say about 90% of the stuff that I say on here is aimed toward entrepreneurs, people like me. And my niche group, I have over half of my clients are somehow related or, excuse me, involved or working in the wide world of real estate, either investing or selling, brokering, whatever, rental real estate, that kind of thing. So what we have in common is basically we're out there making it happen for ourselves, taking that chance, standing with your toes on the edge of the chasm, looking down into the am I going to make enough to feed my family and pay my taxes this year kind of thing. Entrepreneurship takes a level of courage. So, and my whole point here was this. When the people that were in power that I wanted to be in power, things were pretty great. And I actually got a lot of my, I returned to college in my 50s and I got a lot of it paid for. But I figured at the same time that I had been contributing to the general welfare, having paid taxes most of my adult life. And so I didn't feel in the slightest bit bad about that. And the thing of it is whoever's in power at any particular point, you don't want to kind of get yourself in the trap where you're blaming that for your lack of good fortune. Basically, you can make whatever happen you want to have happen if you make a plan, resolve to follow through on the plan. Actually, I kind of jumped a couple steps ahead. You make a goal, make a plan to achieve the goal, and then you work your butt off to make the plan work. And it sounds pretty simplistic, but I've been grinding away at that because somebody told me I should about 3 years ago, and it's kind of starting to pay off. And that's great. I have people, friends, and even clients that are under 30 years old that are making it happen, and it's because they're figuring it out, you know? So I just want to jump on and talk in person. I've been kind of too busy to write anything. That's one thing. The other thing is it's been a weird week. I know if you're like me, you're getting on Google and typing election results 2020 and about every 45 minutes, like a guy with a rotten tooth, wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it, won't come out. Yeah, I just can't leave it alone. So I know you're doing it too. If you're not, then you have a level of patience akin to a saint. Good old Saint Francis. That's you. Okay. So anyway, I just want to wish you a happy and blessed and prosperous week. Stay abundantly healthy for me, please. Do something randomly kind, and so long for now. I'm going to see you soon, okay? Bye-bye.